Ooh, let's talk Dragon Age Veilguard, a topic that I have neglected over the past few days because there's been so much Hollywood salt. And I very much enjoy the Hollywood salt, especially with the outcome of what happened last Tuesday. It was a glorious day, and it turned into a glorious week. I loved it. But we got to get back to some video game news, and there's a lot to go over with Dragon Age Veilguard because guess what? The all-time peak for that game, which was 80,000 something, well, that peak player count has decreased by 30% in just a week, which is kind of embarrassing. Now, to be fair, this happens quite a bit with single-player games. However, this game had a lot of anticipation. It's been years since the last one, and it feels like it just died off. Not a lot of people really praising the game anymore. If anything, I just hear people laughing at it now. I feel like word of mouth has really kind of put a brick in that game and caused it to slow down completely. Word of mouth has really stopped this game's momentum. And this leads to some other things that have come out, like Endymion talking with his insider, which he does have. But I have to put this as a rumor. Just to say, like, this is a rumor. I can't verify this. But he's reporting that there's been a huge demand in refunds for this game. And I kind of believe it. Also, the fact that this game didn't hit 100,000 is kind of concerning. I think that the reports on this game not selling very well are likely true. And by that, I mean, like, this game, games like this cost a lot of money. They would need to sell a lot of copies of this game, probably like at least 2 million or so for this game to make any money. Like, I'm not sure. I just know these games cost a lot of money, and I don't think they made it back. The rumor now is that Dragon Age The Veilguard sold less than Star Wars Outlaws, and if that's true, that's really bad. You could tell things are kind of bad because you've got journalists walking back some of their owns that they were putting out, like Jason Schreier, who said, "Oh, I'm happy that this game is owning the CHUDS." But then he goes back and deletes those posts. That's kind of interesting. Go woke, go bro, top of the charts. And then somebody says, "There's no way you like this turd, right, Jason?" He says, "I actually don't like the game very much, but I do like seeing you CHUDS get dunked on." Well, who's laughing now? Because you've deleted these posts, apparently. You still laughing, Jason? You still laughing? Things are so bad that they're now trying to pitch the case on why they're needed. This is a huge cope. This is posted back on the 5th. I can't believe I missed this gem. Dragon Age The Veilguard and the necessity of games journalism. Dragon Age The Veilguard has been another example of exactly why players need games journalism more than they know. Yeah, because they know better than you. Listen to this. We're going back to the trenches with this one, so it's no secret. Dragon Age The Veilguard is the latest DEI game to be subjected to criticism. I like how they put quotations on DEI game, because if you were ever going to use a great example of what that is, Dragon Age The Gender Guard would definitely be at the top of the list. There's more shit about gender in this game than there's actual dragons. It's a joke. Like, everyone talks like a toddler. I mean, I can't get over the scene where that character does push-ups because Tosh got misgendered. It's such a joke. Like, this isn't what anybody wants from a fantasy game. You got a fantasy game with 2020 talk. A medieval game. What a joke that is. Plus, also, you can look at some of the clowns that worked on it, and you can tell. Like, I do not have any faith in that Mass Effect game that's coming out. That game is going to be a shit show. And guess what? If that game fails, BioWare is probably going to get shuttered. Like, they have to get a massive hit with that game. But anyway, subjected to criticism with zero bearing on the actual game itself. Well, that is like a lot of the game. Because I'm tired and already exhausted myself talking about diversity in games, I'll keep this mercifully brief. Now, the irony of me saying this from a gaming vertical isn't lost on me. Even if I'm the wrong messenger, I can only hope the message itself is meaningful enough. Let's imagine a world without video game outlets. No IGN, no Kotaku, no Polygon. They'll just go poof overnight, gone. No more reviews or insights from games journalists. Well, hallelujah. That actually sounds like a great world. I actually think that would make the hobby of video gaming better, especially those three outlets right there, specifically Kotaku and Polygon. Imagine if they didn't exist. Hell, you could say whatever you wanted on social media and not have to worry about a bunch of clowns coming to cancel you if you work in the game industry. Imagine that. You could say you vote Trump, and you wouldn't have to have Ethan Gach or Alyssa Mercanti come out and try to destroy your livelihood. That would be wild. What a world we could live in. Like, I can't believe this person wrote this not expecting to get like, this is serious. No IGN, no Kotaku, no Polygon. You act like all of the video game like not journalists, but reviewers and channels on YouTube all make culture content. A lot of them just make good gaming content, and that's it. Like, in fact, they actually do it way better than the people at those video game outlets. And they don't get crazy about it and political. In fact, they're the reason you don't have a job. This is why they hate YouTubers so much. They hate YouTubers with a passion. Because outside of... So, let me put it like this. You know what really killed video game journalists? Twitter. Because you had all of the video game studios, directors, people that work on the games. They came out and they dropped the news themselves on there. They have a direct connection to the consumer now because they're active on social media. Say what you want about some of them, like sharing their opinions, but regardless, you can get the gaming updates and news directly from the source now. It used to be, in a time before social media, you didn't you needed them. You had to read a video game magazine to get any updates, unless you were going on some forum. But even then, like, there weren't a lot of people doing that. So yeah, you needed like the EGM and the Nintendo Power, because the only way the average person got any news about video games was through those magazines. But you don't need those anymore. That all got put out by the internet, put out to the pasture. But with YouTube and social media, it really makes game journalists useless and unneeded, which is part of the reason why they get all political now, because they got to have some way to talk about something with video games. So they just spread their coastal liberalism takes, sipping their Starbucks and telling you why you're a bigot because you like big boobs in game. Imagine a world where we didn't have to hear from these clowns anymore. Sounds great. And the rest of the video is him just going on and making fun of YouTubers, but who cares? But man, you asked that question. What would the hobby be like without IGN, Kotaku, and Polygon? Probably a lot better. And probably the reality by the end of next year. Not IGN, but Kotaku and Polygon, they're not going to be around much longer. In fact, now that the election ad money is going to dry up, I don't see them lasting after next year, maybe even by summer of next year, because nobody goes to these sites for any kind of big news. Kotaku's down to like 7 people. They're about to collapse. They just had a bunch of layoffs. I talked about that last week. So I think Kotaku is going to be the first one to fall out of those 3 for sure. And what a great day that'll be. Definitely going to have a massive live stream celebration when that happens, because that'll be a good thing. That'll free up people to not have to be so scared anymore, because that's what these people are. They're basically strongmen enforcers for like liberal bullshit gaming. Reset Era, that's another one that'd be great to get rid of, though that's a forum. But all these assholes hang out on that forum and like collaborate and try to take people down from there. But it's just sad to see, man. They just ruin games. They won't go away. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.